Hello, my beloveds. This is Reverend Sue Frederick. My website is suefrederick.com, and I have been asking for a download from the angels about what these times of conflict and turmoil in November of 2024, before and after the election, why are they happening, and why are we here now to experience this? And today I finally got a very clear download from the angelic realms. And so I'm going to read it to you and also just share my impressions of it as it came through. So let's take a moment and pause. And let's inhale 3 deep breaths to connect to the higher energies. And again, and again. All right. In this moment, the angelic realm has guidance for the earth realm at this tumultuous time on earth in November of 2024. And first, the angels wanted to say to all of us that we are all advanced souls, or we would not be here at this time of great awakening, great consciousness shifting. And that includes you, no matter what side of the political continuum you may be on today. So trust that this message serves the greater good and serves you personally, no matter whether you love President Trump, the new President Trump, or whether you think he's the great dictator. Either way, this message helps all of us. Our metaphysical truths cannot be denied, no matter what kind of turmoil we may find ourselves in as humans. These metaphysical truths are eternal, and they remind us that only through the soul's perspective, the higher divine perspective of pulling back from the earth realm, looking at it from the divine realms, from the soul's view, can we really understand events that are unfolding on earth and whether they are for our highest good or not. And in that moment of taking 3 deep breaths, we ask the angels to help us pull back to that much higher frequency of the higher realms. And as we do this, we are finally able to accept the message that is coming through, which tells us that this is our moment of reclaiming our true power as divine beings on earth, no matter how we think things are going on earth, that this is our moment of really stepping into the higher frequency required on earth by 2026. So, as the angels remind us that before we can shift to this higher frequency of love, understanding, and wisdom that all of humanity has called out for, no matter your beliefs or your understanding of God or politics, we have all asked in our own way to be lifted up to a higher frequency on earth. We are all tired of the suffering, of the struggle, of the conflict on earth. And we have called out and said, this has to change. And so the angelic realm has been working overtime to help all of us remember that it is happening just as we ordered up, meaning that there has to be um, a dismantling, an ending, a rebirth before the new consciousness, higher frequency can awaken fully on earth. And so this, as we look back through time, we can even see in human history, there every 9 universal years. And if you want more information about numerology, you can go to my website. I have a free app that you can use to find out your personal year cycles, your birth path, suefrederick.com. But we all have these 9-year reinvention points, and the universe has these 9-year reinvention points. And in 2025, we begin a 9 universal year of endings. That's a very important thing. Pythagoras began teaching us about the deeper meaning of numbers in 580 BC and taught us since 580 BC, his message has been that humans on Earth go through reinvention points, and there has to be a letting go, a surrendering, a destroying of the old before the new, higher, and better can unfold. This is where we are. I've taught this in my numerology class for a long time leading up to this point, saying this is not going to be life as usual, no matter who you voted for. It is not going to just be this smooth transition. Shiva in the Hindu tradition is known as the great destroyer of worlds. Sometimes worlds have to be destroyed on a certain level in order for a new and greater evolution. In your own life, you can go back and trace your 9-year cycles. And you can say, what happened to me when I hit that 9-year cycle? Oh, wow, that was the end of a career or the end of a marriage or the end of what I believed about the world. Perhaps it was a grief and a loss of a loved one. But when you look at where you went after that reinvention, the new growth that started, the higher awareness in you, then that is what you have to understand is happening now on a universal level. Planet Earth is needed in the galaxy. The IP souls, the interplanetary souls have made this very clear that we cannot destroy ourselves, that we are an important evolutionary planet in the greater galaxy. And so we have been helped, supported, and guided to get to this point. Nothing is as bad as it seems, and nothing is as good as it seems. So, whatever side of the politics you're on, remember, nobody here understands really what is about to happen. So, all you have to do is surrender and trust and seek the light. Go back to thinking about your own last reinvention point in your personal life. When you tried to cling to the old way, you could not hold on to it. You couldn't live with your old beliefs anymore. You had changed. You had grown. That's exactly where you are now. And that is exactly what you are being asked to do in the next year and the year after. 2025 is an ending. It's an ending even for um, the great destroyer who has been elected to destroy the system. Even the way he and his followers believe things will unfold, there's a big surprise. And the people who did not elect him, who wanted things to go differently, they believe that perhaps now things are going to go the way of the new election. But for all of us, the 9-year teaches we have to surrender the way we want things to go and trust that there's a higher process happening here, and that this higher process is going to serve all of us. And it doesn't have to be painful for us. As you learn about numerology and your own soul growth, you begin to understand that when we hit these very important 9-year reinventions, that if we cling to the old, if we resist the change, if we get lost in our fear, our anger, our blame, our doubt, then we make the change so much harder on ourselves and on our loved ones. But now, all we have to do is say, I'm going to lift up. I'm going to go to the view on the screen of the computer during this video and see the world from a distance where I can see the light beams of souls with their hearts open, illuminating all of the dark places on earth. And I'll remind myself that light and love always win, that light and love are eternally forces greater than darkness. I stand on the side of light and love. I will not hate right now, even if that hate is being shown in the world, displayed by other people. I will not agree to it. I will hold my light. I will detach from the human games. I will look at it from a higher level because I remember that my soul only wants me to see it from this higher level. This is where I remember my true power. This is where I remember that I agreed to be here now as an angelic minister of this transition. All of you agreed to be here now as an angelic minister of these times. Are you going to step up and do it? Because you have a calling. We all do. It is not a calling to arms, to fight, to be part of the great destruction. It is a calling to stand in the light of where we are going and trust that we are completely on time and that we are moving with love. And those who carry the higher frequency of love and light and trust and surrender to the divine, we will not be pulled into the pain, the drama, and the suffering on the earth realm. So your only job, my beloveds, is to stand in the light of your goodness. Bring your love to your family, to your friends, to your daily activities, and trust that when you do that, everything unfolds as it will and it should. We cannot stop a cycle of growth here on earth because it's all planned for highest good in the divine realms. So let's trust that the greater plan serves all of us, and let's allow it to unfold. Don't go into the dirt. Don't play in the dirt realm. Lift up, look at it from the play of light and dark, just as your soul will see it when you cross over. And then you know exactly how to move through this with love and light, with detachment and grace. And so it is.